What up? Jeff here with all my ICP and Bitcoin renegades. So, the topic of discussion for today, did I sell my internet computer ICP? Well, yes and no. So, we're going to go into that in a little bit. And if I did, am I still going to be a millionaire? Did I trade it for another crypto? Or am I going to actually? We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to get into the price. We're going to look at the charts. We're going to look at the weekly RSI. Let me just turn my phone down here so I can be in the chat with you guys. So here we go. So today I did not sell my internet computer. What happened is ID Geek has a way to sell your ICP for a lesser amount. There is no way to split your neuron. And if you don't know what that means, it's basically where you stake your ICP at and it gets locked up for a certain amount of time. Well, what I wanted to do was split the neuron, sell part of it, but they don't have anything like that on ICP yet. Maybe I inspired the idea, who knows? But what I did is I sold my internet identity that was hooked up to the ICP neuron, which was staking on the NNS, which is the network nervous system. So basically, I had to wait a month for it in escrow. It's just like selling a house or buying a house. They lock the money up so that anyone on my end cannot do anything, or if I get hacked, or if I'm a shady person, or whatever that is, then you can not basically steal the stuff. And then they have another step in place at the end to make sure none of that happened. So I'm going to go into why I did it. I just reached a point in my life where I got sick so many times, and then I started making videos and I wasn't able to work outside of that just because I got sick, and then I tried to go heal and come back, and that is the situation that I've been going through. And so I just needed the money. I needed a little bit of it, and I couldn't just sell part of it, right? So no, I didn't sell all of my internet computer, and no, I'm not going to after it gets into escrow. I'm in a weird situation with where I live, and so I'm going to have to ask them how to move forward because of my situation. I'm not going to go into that right now, but there's just a lot of things going on that made that happen. So if you guys are like, oh man, he's a sellout, he doesn't believe in ICP, he sold all of his stuff and he's going to buy Bitcoin or something else. No, absolutely not. If I can, I'm going to lock it back up, but I don't know that I can do that with my current situation. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Will I still become a millionaire? I don't really care if I become a millionaire or not. You can with ICP though, but that is not my goal. My goal is to change my life situation where I can move to somewhere where I'm comfortable, where I can relax, where I can, just walk into the woods if I need to. And the city just is not that for me. I'm a city boy. I was raised in the city, right? And so I spent a little time in the country and then I came back to the city, right? And I loved Seattle. It was a gem. I just loved coming into the city. It was so beautiful and just so breathtaking. And it's changed over the last 10, 15 years. It's absolutely just gone downhill. I live in one of the very worst parts of Seattle. If you remember the big protest thing that was going on, that was right next to me about a couple blocks when they did all of that protesting, and they wouldn't even let, cops in or ambulances. And so that is the area that I live in. It's absolutely just probably one of the worst areas I've ever lived in my life. And I used to live in downtown Seattle, and it wasn't even that bad. So what's up, Timothy? We are just sitting talking about, some stuff today. I'm going to make a price prediction based off of the charts, not just off of my 20x to $100. We are going to look at the charts. We're going to kind of engage in where they have been and kind of look in the past to see where we're going. I really believe that the $20 level is going to be a very important level in the next bull market. We're probably going to go up past that, probably to 50, and then come back down to that $20 level, because that is going to be a very, very important part once we get above $16, because that's another important part, right? So we're going to talk about the short term, we're going to talk about the long term, and then I'm going to make an evaluation of the price. I say price prediction for the algorithm. It's not an actual prediction. It's a possibility of what could happen, right? So yeah, I love Seattle, man. Like, I love it. There's just certain parts of it that I just cannot stand because of being robbed, being stolen from, having my catalytic converter taken off of my car, my subwoofers. I had a nice bumping system, bro. And literally, I had it for 1 month. And within 1 month, it's gone. No cameras in our parking lot, no freaking surveillance to help us, even though I've been robbed out there 20, 30, 40 times. Well, not that many, but it seems like that by now. But other than that, I love Seattle. It's beautiful. There's great parts of Seattle. My church is in Seattle. Like, there are good things here, but it's just kind of taken a big downhill turn where I live. So that's all I want to say about that. That's why I had to sell my ICP, is just all of these different things happening, being stolen from, over and over and over and over, and asking them for cameras, and they won't do anything. They don't have the money. So it's just a big crazy story. But that's why I sold my internet computer, not because I was panic selling that it went down to $3. I wasn't worried about the SEC. If they came after ICP, I still wouldn't be as worried. I know it would suppress the price in the next bull market. But as it stands, the SEC, they're overreaching their bounds and everything. So let's get into some price action now. I'm going to share my screen, and then we are going to get into this video. Alrighty. So let me just fix this thing real quick. Okay. So they keep putting this thing on there every so often. So, and then I have to fix the thing on there. The struggles of coin market cap that never used to be that way. And there's nowhere for you to actually click on it for it to go away either. Like, normally a pop-up comes up and you can click away. So what they're trying to do is get people to sign up so that they don't have to do that. It's kind of weird. But this is the weekly. We are hitting some big resistance here at about 430. It actually, six figs was right on. It actually went to, okay, that's the week there. Let's look at this one. It went to 437, and he said 438, so that was a pretty good call, which is actually a pretty big resistance right here at 437, 438, because as you see this candle right here, we went up and then closed above it. So this is going to be resistance now because we broke below that. So that was definitely a good call. And then after that, we're going to have some massive resistance if we can get above that at about 450. As you see the top of this wick right here, maybe about, let's see exactly, 461. That's going to be another big resistance going all the way up to about 509, because these candles, you got to look at where these candles closed at in the past when we were down here. Normally, we would see a third candle right here, green, and I still think that's possible this week. We were just seeing like one day right now because yesterday the candle closed. So let's get some indicators out here, and we're going to look at the RSI. We're going to look at a couple EMAs, and then we can get the Bollinger Band out here too and see. Hold on, I guess it's because I wasn't signed in. Let me sign in real quick. Give me a second. It's going to make me sign in with my email. Let me remove this real quick. Now it's going to make me do this. Jeez. All right. Anyway, back to the charts now. Okay. So let's get out of here. I swear they change it every single time I do something here. little bit frustrating today. Okay, so let's get these indicators out here now. Sorry about that. I thought I was already signed in. My bad, my bad. Okay. It used to go out every time you did that. They change it like every day. So you have to learn it new every single day because they change it every day. That's the situation. So let's get rid of one of these RSI. If they would just keep it the same, it would be easy to remember everything. But they change it every day, I swear. All right. Let's move this to the 21 because this is the weekly. And then we're going to look at the smaller charts because we didn't do that last time on my video. As you see, here's our big resistance at about 457 and 489, 498. And so this is why I was talking about this. We got rejected by the RSI, kind of like what I was saying before. Things just are kind of stagnant right now. It's like crypto spring, right? So we have some nice pumps here from the bottom, and this is good because I was worried about, staying down here like this because that would cause another rejection here and just dump it, right? So I don't see another clear rejection until this EMA 9, which is 9-week moving average, hits up to the top of this, which is going to be at about 450. So we could actually see another green candle here. We might not break through this because we would have to break through the RSI, which means we need enough volume. And let's go over here and look at that. So the live internet computer price today is $4.27 with a 24-hour trading volume of 14,903,635 USD. We update our ICP to USD price in real time. Internet computer is down about 1% in the last 24 hours. The current coin market cap ranking is number 30. Now, this is pretty cool because we used to sit at about number 38. Yes, they did change the way that they calculated it, but we still are moving up in the ranks with a live market cap of about 1.869 billion, and it has a circulating supply of 437,549,915 coins, and the max supply is not available right here. So it's about 487 million ICP total. So that's we're having a very small amount of volume. That's why we got rejected, and that's definitely something that can change overnight. So I've seen $100 million come into this really quick. Let's look at what would happen if we do. So the volume that we had here was not enough to break resistance and turn it into support. Now, if this week we actually get at least $50 million in volume, we could break the 450 and go up to $5. If we have less than about 50 million in volume, we're going to get rejected by this RSI because it means you need enough volume to continue to the upside. So we aren't, necessarily going to see another double bottom over here. This was the deepest part of the bear market, and a lot of cryptos are doing pretty good right now. So this is just a SEC candle right here. And this is the one I was talking about on my last video about it went up to about $5. I said it was this one, but it was actually this one because I was doing it live and I didn't prepare because I was trying to work and do that at the same time. But so we are going to look at these EMAs right here. The 21-week moving average is going to be our biggest area of resistance to get back above. See, every time we get above here, we get rejected. We get above here, we get rejected. So that is a major area to not only get above, but it looks like we don't confirm support anywhere here except right here on this red candle. Okay, we do over here a little bit as well, but there's not a lot of support above the 21-week moving average. So we need to get above that, and if we do, we can definitely move probably up to at least $6.38. Because then there won't be a whole lot holding us back after that. If we turn the 21 here into the 50, then you'll see what I'm talking about. There isn't going to be a whole lot of resistance after that because look, the 50 is way up here at 868, which it went higher over here, but we hit over 8 right here. And if we draw a line from there over here, look at this. That's kind of funny to see that a straight line over here is where this is going to end up and going to be our resistance, because this was the highest point that we reached then. And then over here, we reached about $9. So there's definitely not a whole lot of resistance between here and here, except for about 638, about 731. And then boom, we can head up to about $8, almost $9. There is, a big area right here that we would have to break through, but that's where we're going to see. Now, let's move this out a little bit further. So I want to talk about this $20 level right here. This is going to be a major area in the next bull market, okay? So this was supposed to be the bottom of ICP right here, except with the FTX debacle and fiasco, it turned it into a breakdown level right here, because a lot of people got scared. They're like, why is ICP dropping from 750, they said, but it actually probably didn't even go that high. It only pumped that high because of FTX. But basically right here is going to be our biggest level between $15 and $22. These are going to be our big supports in our next bull market, right? Because this is the original level that it dropped to. It's going to also be a very, very big area of resistance from 15 all the way up to about $22, $23. So, and then we're going to see this move. So this curves down like this, but it's going to be like a U shape here. So what we're most likely going to see, let me just draw this out for you so that you can kind of see. I think we're going to possibly, go like this. Something like this, right? And then maybe get rejected here, and then have a bounce, go way up, another kind of bounce, and then, probably go up to about $50. I'm thinking up to about 50. And then I think we're going to get rejected here at about 50. And then I think it's probably going to look something like this, okay? Like a head and shoulders, and then go back down to that $20 support. And then boom, we have another. So it would be almost a head and shoulders, right? It kind of does break the neckline a little bit, but that's what I think is going to happen in the next bull market. That's just an educated guess. That's not an actual prediction. I don't make predictions. I just say that for the video. They're educated guesses determined by charts and previous things that I've seen with Bitcoin and the patterns with ICP, and where I think it should have went without the FTX thing. So you have to take all of those things into account. And then the SEC thing. So if the SEC thing happens, I think this is probably where we're going to top out. If the SEC thing doesn't go through, then I'm going to see something like this. Okay. And then maybe just a little drop here. And then I think we are going to head higher. Because once people start to see that FOMO set in, and they start to see the price head up way up to about, $70, $60, a lot of people are going to be in the profit then. And then a lot of people are going to start putting money in, and the volume is going to go extremely high. So if we go back over here, once we get above this weekly RSI, you see it's a very, very big level of support. We go up here, boom. We go to test it right here, boom. And we confirm that as support. So we went up and we confirmed the RSI right here. And then we go up and we get a double top right here. So there's still patterns in the RSI as well. And we get a breakdown there. So if you look here, we go up here, test it here, go up here, test it here, the third time it breaks. So that's normally what happens with a pattern. It doesn't always happen, but with the RSI and the volume, you can see that it was tested again, and then it got rejected. So that is kind of crazy to think about, but ICP is not going anywhere. Could you become a millionaire off of ICP? You're going to need at least, let's see, if we go to $50, you're going to need at least probably 10,000 ICP to be a millionaire. If we reach, well, you'd need 20,000 for a million. 10,000 would get you $500,000, maybe a little bit more. Depending on the price, if it goes up to like 50 something. So if it definitely, if you had 20,000, you could become a millionaire with it going to $50. If you had only 10,000, you would need it to go to $100. So that is where we are at with this. So this thing is kind of in the way right here, this American flag. No, it won't let me move it. So this is a red volume right here. I'm not 100% sure what this thing is. Personal spending mom. Okay, I don't know what that is. But let's move down to the daily now, because the daily is going to show us more what's going on right now with the price. Definitely. And as you see, we actually moved above the EMA 9, which is good. And we confirmed that level as support now. And what we are going to do is test this at 450, 453, and to 457 on the weekly. These are going to be very, very big levels. As you see on the daily, we did get rejected for a long time on the RSI, just boom, 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 boom. And it beat us down. And then we got back above it. We're confirming that level as support. We're actually, if we don't have a reversal right now, we are going to go and test this RSI again. The thing about that, let's, I didn't want to do that. What the heck? All right, I'm going to have to re-get that out there. So we get rejected down here. I was just trying to show you here. Maybe that'll make it a little bigger. There we go. So there was a rejection, and we went all the way down under the 30, which means there's not enough volume in here, and that's very, very bad on the daily. So the cool thing is we did go right back up, and then it's kind of an inverse head and shoulders right here. We test it as support and confirm it and move up. So there could be a test of this daily again. We are quite a ways off of it, though, over 5.56 points. So what we're going to do is, test this level if we go down. I don't see a lot of rejection right here. We do have to go look at the past. We're above this level back here, which means we're probably confirming support, but there is a double top right here. So that is a little bit worrisome for us just in the short term. To probably go back down and test about $4. That's a possibility, but that's only if that happens. So after that, on the daily, let's look at the 21 though before the 50, and then we're going to get the 100 out here. So okay, wow. So that's good. We are above the 21-day moving average. And the good thing is when we got up here, it does look like a small ascending triangle right here. So if we actually move this out a little bit, we might have a bullish pattern right here, because all the way back here is kind of a ascending triangle, right? So if we do this back here, you don't normally do candle body to candle body or candle body to wick, but since this part is underneath of that and that was support and this is the area that broke, I'm going to use that area as well. And then we have an ascending triangle right here, which is a bullish pattern to the upside. And then if you wanted to get even more technical, we could go to like the 4 hour, and it looks like there's another ascending triangle on the 4 hour as well. So yeah, it's kind of a messy one though, isn't it? But that's still an ascending triangle. We broke above it right here. I'd actually want to move this up a little bit to probably right there. That is going to be our ascending triangle. We did break above it here to 447, which was a couple days ago, like 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago. But we are rejected now on the 4 hour by the EMA 21 and the EMA 9. So let's go back and look at the 1 day, and then we're going to look at the 100 and the 200 as well. And then we're going to come back to the 4 hour. So it doesn't really look the same on there, right? So that's pretty interesting to see how the daily and the 4 hour. So there's an ascending triangle on the daily, and then also a kind of sloppy one on the 4 hour. So let's get these EMAs and see where our big resistance is going to be now. Okay, so we are below that for sure. Wait, 484. Okay, so this is why I was saying the $5 level. I'm not just saying like exactly $5. Everything that I say is just in terms of around that area, right? So that, and then let's look at the 200, and that's most likely going to be a very favorable one as well. So as you see, right about 543 is going to be another area we're going to have to get above. So about every 50 cents, I mean, right now it's like 20 cents, and then we go up another 30, and then it's another like 60 some cents there. And then that's kind of how we're going to have to go, get above this, test that support unless we get a rocket candle, right? But this ascending triangle is looking really good right here. This is a bullish pattern. So, but we need to break out with some volume. If we get that volume in, we are definitely going to be moving to the upside here. So, and if we do break out of this, I believe we are going to go and touch about 463. If we get rejected, it depends on when that happens on the daily. So it seems like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until it has to 5 days until it kind of has to make a move. Now, if we go down and test this and it doesn't break and we go back up, that's great. But if we break below this ascending line right here, then we are going to get rejected and go down. So that's definitely a possibility. But what I think is going to happen is a bullish pattern. We have momentum. We just don't have the volume. All we need is a little bit more money in there, at least 50 to 100 million. And we will break out of this. So, and that's not a lot for ICP. I've seen it 250. I've seen a lot of volume come in. So now let's go back to the 4 hour. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of where we are on the daily before we did that. So this 4 hour is going to be very important, and we're going to go to the smaller time frames as well. Now, this looks a little bit concerning, but it's just too sloppy, right? This was a great candle right here on the 4 hour that we had on June 20, 2023 at about 4 o'clock p.m. So this was a great candle. We went from a low of 392 to a high of 420. We had a swing wick low here and a close up there. We tested this area as support, which we've been doing a lot. The thing is, if it's just the wick that hits and goes below, that's not an actual test of the support level. It's not going to break. But if we get a candle that closes below that, that's a real test of that level. And so what happens is this is going to be bullish because it tested it and it never closed below it. So if it closed below it, then we would be kind of, not doing very well. But as you see, even on the 4 hour, we did have some big volume to the downside. We had some nice volume back up to the upside, which brought us back up. And each of them closed in their respective ways on the candle body above. So that's really good. And this just started, this candle, like literally an hour and a half ago. So what happened here is we just had a kind of a nice little push to the upside. The volume right now on this one is about 46,739 KICP, which is a nice amount. If you multiply that by 4, you're talking a nice $16 million amount, right? So that's really good. We had 194,000 right here. You multiply that by 5, that's over $1 million. And that's just on one exchange. So this was only like about 200,000 or something, or less. Yeah, so probably about 160,000. But this one was over $1 million. The 24-hour volume is about 15 million. Sorry about that. So Yeah, let's look at some more of these EMAs. So the EMA 100 is going to be very, very important as support. As you see here, it supported us all the way up. That's really awesome. That's really cool. Now we are going to have some massive resistance right here on the 4 hour with the EMA 200, because as you see, we have to go back and look. When's the last time we were even above the EMA 200, right? So it's always been a bit of a resistance level to us the whole time, except when ICP was back in May, right? We were above it a couple times and then got rejected over here. Um, so yeah, we haven't really been above that in a very long time. So that's going to be a very, very big level of resistance to us. So what we need to do is basically just break out with some volume, confirm above this, see what happened with this ascending triangle, right? We hit here and then candle bodies close below, close below. We get a breakout and then a rejection on the 200-day exponential moving average. So that's what's going to keep us below that. That's why we got rejected here. That's why we got rejected back there when we pumped. But the cool thing is we haven't really been above this EMA 100 for a while. Now, the good thing about ICP going to about $3 and about 32 cents is now we are above this EMA 100 on the 4 hour. And then we're getting close to it on the daily as well. So let's go down to the 1 hour now. So this is going to be a pretty big time frame for ICP right now, because the 1 hour kind of decides, certain support levels or certain resistance levels. So if we can't get above the EMA 9 or the EMA 21 or the 100 or whatever on the 1 hour, then we can't do it on the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly. So these smaller time frames are very important for that. You need to understand that if you're trading. We also have a double bottom right here on the hour. We are above basically both of these now, the EMA 100 and 200. So this is very good right here. This is an awesome candle right here. This broke out. What we need to do is close above it, though. We are so close. We're at 427.5. And what we need to do is close above that, confirm it with some volume, and then we can go back up and test this ascending triangle, maybe break out of it, confirm it as support. So what I see happening, it looks like we are confirming on smaller things here. Let's get the Bollinger out though, because I really want to see where the levels are at, where we are, because that's going to give us a bigger indication of where things could go. So let's just bring that out really quick. Okay. So now we got the bully out. The cool thing is we are above that as well. So it's going to be basically the same level as that EMA, I believe 200 was, because we were already above the 100. So if we can confirm this area again with the Bollinger, it's telling us the same exact thing, that this is a very important level to get above. So it's like make it or break it right now for this, because this is going to tell us if we are confirming this level, if we're going to get rejected by this level, and then that's going to give us the indication of here. And so I can't really give you an answer on that until we get more confirmation. So we are above it right now. The very important thing is in the next hour, or actually 26 minutes from right now, we need to close above this. And then we need to go up and at least confirm this once to move to the upside or get some volume that pushes us up. So I really see a move up to about 450 pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when that will happen. We also have a falling wedge pattern right here, which is pretty massive. That's why we are most likely moving to the upside right now. So I would definitely show it like this. And this is a pretty big descending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. And what we want to see now we're right on that line right here. We're sitting right on that line. So this is going to be an area, if we can confirm this and break above it as we go, then we will go up to test about 428 and move up. So that's what I would like to see. We need to get above, I would say, 428 is going to be our big area. And then 432, if we can get above that on the smaller time frames, then we go out to the 4 hour and we can see where our next resistance is going to be, which is going to be up at about 438 all the way up to about 450, which is our biggest level of resistance because of the weekly RSI, which that's just volume. Picture it as like money. All right. And if you have enough money, you can push a candle up, enough people buying, or if you have enough people selling, you can push a candle down. Now, if we look at this on the 4 hour, it looks a little bit more like a symmetrical triangle. Let me move this one. Okay. Yeah, this definitely looks like either a symmetrical triangle, which means it could go either way. That's the thing with ICP right now. Like it's in a very vulnerable position just because of the price where it's at right now, because it went down to $3. But we have a really nice movement to the upside here. The only thing is on the 4 hour, this could be a rising wedge, and that would be definitely bearish for ICP if we get like some kind of a rising wedge here or rising channel, which it looks more like a rising wedge to me. I would actually not even do it right there. So we don't need this one. Yeah. So actually this looks to me almost like a rising channel because it is basically almost symmetrical. It is, let's get rid of this one too, so that you can see that they are almost symmetrical, and that could be a bad thing, right? So it could be a good thing too because they like to oscillate from top to bottom. I forget which one is the bullish and bearish on that. I know a falling wedge is bullish and a rising wedge is bearish, but I'm not 100% on the rising channel if it's bullish or bearish or not. I'd actually have to look that up. Let's look it up. So it is bullish. Okay. I just wanted to double check that because I thought so. And then I'm like, well, a rising wedge is bearish. So this is a rising channel and this is another bullish signal. So that's pretty good. And we're testing this level right here. So we are going to possibly be bullish. Let me take a look at the chat now. Remember to hit that like button, guys, because that's going to help other people understand what's going on. What is up? MV Ford 210 target. I think we get to like a 120 billion market cap. Once Bitcoin passes 100K, no stopping it. 200 is in reach. I've seen Cardano go up from 3 cents to 310 last bull run and sat and missed it. No reason ICP can't do it this cycle. Hey, brother, decided to stop in and see you. What have you been up to? Hey, Johnny Deere, man. Long time no see, bro. But I want to address that question. Cardano, here, let me talk to you. That's LA Night. So Cardano, right? It's going through the same thing ICP is right now. But let's go to the last bull run, okay? Cardano was loved by almost everybody in every community, right? Cardano was like one of those things that, like a movie that everybody loves, like Avengers Endgame, right? So almost everybody loves that movie, from kids to adults to women, men. So it's the same type of thing that we're talking about with Cardano. Now it's lost a lot of momentum. See, Cardano promised smart contracts and it promised this and it promised that, and it wasn't able to reach those goals because of certain technical issues. And we can all relate to that, especially if you do a lot of price videos and things change, right? So that's a problem with Cardano. And I think Charles Hoskinson is his name. He really tried to do his best, and it was just the technology was not good enough. So if we look at the technology of Cardano and what was promised in the community, ICP is levels above that. So Cardano is like baby crypto, and ICP is like big boy crypto, right? And I don't mean any negative on Cardano. It's a great crypto. I'm actually probably going to invest in more in it. But what I mean is it wasn't able to work as expected. There was a lot of problems with smart contracts. There's like Solana, there's outages, not on Cardano, but these are the things that are wrong with these other blockchains. Now, Internet Computer does have some tech issues when it comes to deploying dApps and but not for the most part. It's just the coder who builds it. So it's not the ICP blockchain. Let me make that very, very clear. It's whoever is coding it. If they don't, have enough money and they start to make it part way, that's why things don't work on ICP. It's no problem with the canister smart contracts. So if we look and we take those two in comparison from Cardano and what they promised and ICP and what it's delivered, then you can say, yes, ICP is absolutely going to go parabolic. It's going to be one of the world's biggest cryptos. It's already involved with Bitcoin, as you know. I mean, if you watch my channel, I say it all the time. And we're getting ready to launch the CKF. And then if we get Vitalik on our team, if he isn't, dealing with whatever he's doing over there and all this stuff that's going on with him, we'd love to have him, guide us in the Ethereum to ICP connection, right? It's not a bridge. That's the problem with traditional cryptos is you need a bridge, right? So if you have, let's just say it in terms of two things, right? You have a tunnel and you have a bridge. A bridge is built on top of the water, right? And so you have places where you can have a lot of deconstruction. You can have a lot of problems with the bridge. The bridge can collapse, right? So there's things wrong with the bridge. I mean, the same thing for tunnels too, but not as bad, right? So I'm trying to get you to understand the difference between a bridge and a connection, right? So let's just say a bridge and a freeway, because that makes more sense. I mean, a freeway can ruin over time too, but it's more impenetrable than a bridge, right? A bridge is a lot less sturdy. You have to do more repairs on it, and it won't last as long as like a road, right? So that's kind of the difference between Cardano or any other bridge that connects like Ethereum to Cardano or Ethereum to Polygon or Polygon to any other crypto. So what you need to understand is it's like a freeway that doesn't ever go bad, right? You never have to repair the road. There's no way that anybody can get on the road. It's like a toll road, right? So you need to get on the toll road, and then once you're on the toll road, you can go. And so that's where ICP and these other cryptos are different with these bridges. It makes it so where they're directly connected. So if you drive from point A to point B, they're connected in one place, right? And now on a bridge, you have all this water and all this other stuff that can go wrong. That's what I'm saying. You could get flooded. You can have the bridge break. There's just a lot more problems that can arise out of that. And I'm not saying there's never going to be a problem on ICP, but it's less likely to happen. They can't hack it, because in a bridge, you have like certain like checkpoints, I would say, on crypto, not like an actual bridge. So, and they allow a third party. So everything on ICP is done on a smart contract, which means it's locked up on the Internet Computer blockchain, and that can't be hacked. Somebody might be able to steal your crypto with ICP if they hack your phone and like clone it. That's the only way. If they get your fingerprint and they clone it, that's the only way to be hacked. When I said it's unhackable, it's 99% unhackable. You could hack the phone, but you can't hack the network. That's what I mean. So you guys need to get that right, especially if hackers are watching right now. So I wanted to bring this back to Cardano a little bit, like you were talking about. So now Cardano, it has to use bridges as well, because their smart contracts are not invulnerable. That's the cool thing about ICP, is it's a canister smart contract, which means it is exactly like an internet HTTPS out call, right? So it can actually go out and reach out on the internet, basically in a secure way, in a canister. Most blockchains cannot interact on a Web3 level because they don't have that technology, or the technology doesn't work enough. That's where ICP is different. Cardano might be able to kind of mimic ICP and try to integrate with smart contracts instead of bridges, because a bridge you have to trust somebody, and that's what we're trying to get away from in decentralization, like banks and all of that, where you have to trust somebody, you have to pay a massive fee if you want to send money or you want to do anything with big amounts of money. Now, the cool thing about ICP is you can send a lot of money instantly and for nothing. I mean, you can send $1 million in ICP for less than a penny. Okay, so that's the cool part. You can move a lot of money with very small amounts. Now let's get back to the bridges, right? The bridges are what is wrong with crypto. In 2022 alone, there was billions and billions of dollars stolen because of bridges. Now that's where all of these things being connected are going, okay? So I remember losing some Cardano back when, but I see where you're going with ICP. I like Cardano still. I want them to definitely upgrade their smart contracts. I want them to be a thriving network. There's a lot of cryptos that I like. It's just ICP right now is probably one of the best purchases that I've made. So I am not I'm going to reiterate this. I'm not selling my ICP. I am going to find a way, hopefully, either to lock it up or move out of here now. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to have to talk to some people, but I'm in it for the long run. I want to lock it up at least until, the next bull run. So we'll see what happens. But that's about all we're going to have for today. I'm going to make videos on Monday now at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because I'm going to take Sundays off from now on. It's a day I just want to rest and just relax and do stuff for myself. So while we have you here, I just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel, for watching the videos. And I'm really telling you that these levels are important. And we're in a rising channel right now, which is bullish. We have an ascending triangle. All we need is volume. These patterns mean absolutely nothing if you do not confirm with volume. So that's all I wanted to say. All right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good ICP.